Maccabees TV, it's your brother Priest Daniela, and we are here actually on our sister channel, literally, called Sisters of the Maccabees. And I'm sitting here with none other than Sister Malika Benjamin, which is my wife. Say shalom to the people.
Shalom.
Alright, so a lot of people don't know too much about you. There's not too many videos. So as the channel grows, they're going to see you more and more making contributions. You make a lot of contributions behind the scenes that people outside of Facebook don't know about. Because we know that we have the group called Healthy Hebrews on Facebook, which we'll talk about later. But today we're actually here to talk about your business. So I want you to introduce yourself to those that don't know you and tell them a little bit about yourself.
Shalom, guys. My name is Malika, and I am the owner of Nuts About Butters, and I'll talk to you about some of the products that I make.
Okay, and how long have you been in business now?
It's quite a few years. I don't quite remember. It's been quite a few years, about 5 years.
Okay. What made you go into business for yourself, and more importantly, what made you choose this particular business to launch?
Well, I don't think I've ever talked about, I don't remember if I've ever talked about this, but years ago, about around the time I started my business, maybe a year prior to that, I started getting rashes and hives on my body, and I was told, I went to the allergist, the dermatologist, I went to a specialist, and just couldn't figure out what was causing my allergies, my skin allergies, and they all told me to stop using store-bought product. And so I started looking into alternative skincare. And so I did a lot of research, and because as a dark skin person, I have to use something on my skin because our skin get really ashy and it's very visible, especially for dark skin people. You could see the ash when your skin get dry. So I couldn't walk around with my dry skin, so I started looking into alternative skincare, and started learning about natural butters like shea butter, mango butter, cocoa butter, which is why I came up with the name Nuts About Butters, because all of my products have some type of butters in it, whether it's shea butter, cocoa butter, mango butter, or everything combined. And everything that I make here, well, almost everything, maybe not my beard oil so much. So that's what prompted me to start this business. I couldn't no longer use store-bought product, and so I started making my own.
Excellent. Okay, well, from the looks of it, you have a table full of products there. I'm seeing a whole bunch of different things going on the table. So what I want you to do is I want you to tell the people a little bit about your business, and maybe you can run down the gamut of different products you sell and the benefits of them and why you sell them. So you can start anywhere you want.
The first thing I started making when I decided to start making my product was my body butters, because that was the thing that I really needed at the time when I was going through my, my rashes and hives and everything. I needed to moisturize my skin, and I couldn't use anything from the store, so I started using raw shea butter, and of course I didn't understand how to use the shea butter, because as you know, shea butter is really thick, so it has to be, you have to add different oils and stuff in there to make it easier to use. So I started making my butters, and started out selling them at my job, and people were just buying them, like just buying them, and they were just encouraging me to make more butters, and so I started making them. So this is the first product that I've ever made. It was my body butters. And then I started making product for my hair, and this is one of the products that I make for my hair. This is a cream for my hair. It's like a whipped butter for my hair, and I do use that on my hair. So that's one of the probably the second product that I started making. And then I started making scrubs. And this is an activated charcoal scrub. And a lot of people like this scrub.
So let's go back to the body butter first. We'll run down the gamut, right? So let's start with the body butter, right? The body butter, you said is what prompted you to create it was because you have dry skin,
Right.
and which is very visible, and so you needed something that your skin would tolerate, and what they sold over the counter did not tolerate it.
Right.
So let's talk a little bit about that. Let's talk a little bit about that particular product and the benefits that it would have for someone that's watching. You know, maybe a few of the ingredients that are in there that are beneficial. In other words, what I'm asking you, I guess a better question will be, what separates that, right, from going to Duane Reade, Rite Aid, or CVS and buying one of their creams? What's the difference?
Well, what I found out was that the products that I was using from the store has a lot of chemicals in there that was affecting my skin. I have very sensitive skin. So I don't have, I'll explain to you what I have in my body butters, which is pure shea butter, cocoa butter, mango butter, any type of butter. And I have oils, anything from avocado oil, grapeseed oil, sweet almond oil, coconut oil. And then I also use a lot of essential oils. I know a lot of people don't understand what essential oils are. Essential oils are oils that are extracted from plant. And this is, I'm going to show you a big thing of essential oil that I have here. This is lemongrass essential oil. And I use a lot of this in my products. I use this in my soaps. I use this in pretty much everything that I make. Everything that I make, I use this in there. It's a very good, this comes from the lemongrass herb, okay? And that's one of my favorite herbs. And this, it has a very sweet smell to it. It's very, aromatic, as I like to say. It smells very good. And that's what I have in, pretty much all of my products. That's just one of the essential oils I use. So I don't use perfume, or synthetic fragrance in any of my body butters. Just pure essential oil. And like I said, essential oils are oils that are extracted from plants or herbs. That's
a very important point that you bring out, because when you go to CVS, Duane Reade, Rite Aid, or whatever you have in your particular area, chain of pharmacy, and you pick up one of their creams or their ointments, we all know that there's stuff on there you can't even pronounce. So pretty much what you're saying is that, go ahead, you can speak on it.
You will never find stuff like essential oils or, lemongrass, no essential oils. You will never find essential oils in any of their products.
Right, okay. So the second product that you mentioned that you have was something for your hair. I know you actually have a few products for your hair, but the second one you mentioned was you had something for your hair right there. So let's talk a little bit briefly about the hair products that you have. And the reason why I think this is important is because a lot of sisters now, not enough in my opinion, but a lot of sisters are going back to their natural hair. And a lot of sisters don't understand how to manage and care for their hair so that it can grow. When we read Isaiah the 3rd chapter, we read about how the Most High put a curse on our women. But I always add in, and this is just my opinion, I speak as a man, I always add in the fact that our women not only lost their hair, but they lost the knowledge of how to care for it. And the sisters that are actually gaining that back, we're seeing a strong movement on Facebook and on Instagram especially. We're seeing now a lot of sisters with natural hair, and their hair is and YouTube, and the hair is very long. And part of that is the products that you put in your hair. So if you want to speak a little bit about that subject, because that's something that's very sensitive to a lot of people.
So there's an issue with our women loving themselves, okay? I know for myself, I can only speak for myself and a lot of women that I used to surround myself with. I did not like what I see when I look in the mirror. I mean, that's just a fact. Years ago, which is why I had a perm, and which is why a lot of our women wear perms. They just don't like what they see when they look in the mirror. So I started making hair products that was suitable for my hair, because when I went into the store, I just couldn't find anything that was working for my hair, okay? My hair. We all know that a lot of the products out there are not made for so-called black women's hair. I mean, that's just a fact. Recently, they start coming out with a few products, but, you know, overall, back in the days, we couldn't find anything that was really suitable for. This is why we spend the most on, you know, beauty products, because you keep buying and keep buying and keep buying, and you just can't find the right product because they're not made for us. Okay, so this is why I started making my hair products as well. I do have, right now I only have 2 products that I have for hair in front of me. I have a conditioner and I have a whipped hair butter here. And I use all these products on my hair. I use this on my hair every day to moisturize my hair. There's a nice whipped butter. This is a conditioner that I also use on my hair as well.
And on a side note, we were talking about this earlier in another video that we'll be releasing later. You even go so far as to use Irish moss.
Yes.
In your hair.
I don't have it in front of me, but I do use Irish moss. As for those of you who know what Irish moss is, if you don't, it is a plant from the ocean. You get Irish moss from the ocean, and it's very moisturizing when you turn it into a gel.
We should really use the proper technical term. It's called sea moss.
It's called sea moss.
Sea moss is the correct term. You actually use that in your hair.
Yeah.
So what I'm perceiving as we move on to your next product, what I'm perceiving is that everything that you're selling pretty much is something that you had a need for anyway.
Yep.
And you were giving all your hard-earned money to someone else outside of our community that wasn't making products suitable for you, and if anything, they were actually harming you. So that's really, really interesting. Let's move on to the next product that I see. I see something right there in front of you. That is a scrub. So you want to talk a little bit about your scrubs?
Yes. Okay.
Which is one of your most popular products,
yes, it is.
By the way.
Listen, again, I'm going to go back to my skin, right? Well, not anymore, but I used to get these, I'm sure a lot of people do because I've seen it. I used to get these, and being dark skinned, it's so visible, you know, these what you call whiteheads. It's like these things on your nose where you can see these white things coming out of people's nose, and I used to get them. You know, it's just pretty much, it's just oils. It's a lot of oils clogging your pores, and it just sits there. And when you go to the store, you can't find anything to remove those things. And then you end up trying to squeeze your nose and trying to get it out, and you know, it's so that's why I started making my scrub, because I couldn't find anything to get rid of these you know, dead skin and stuff on my nose. So my scrub is, there's no preservatives in these things, by the way. My scrub has oils, crushed apricot seeds, and raw cane sugar. And this particular scrub has activated charcoal in there. Maybe one of these days I'm going to demonstrate how to use this scrub. Okay? But yes, activated charcoal is one of the main ingredients in this particular scrub.
Excellent. Okay.
And this is not just a facial scrub, it's a facial and body scrub. You can use this all over your body. You know, it's good for people with dead skin, you know, especially in the wintertime. And just to give your face a nice clean look.
Okay. Now I see some little things in the front, very small little containers in the front. So talk to the people about what that is, because that's something very important and overlooked as well.
Those are lip balms. Those are lip balms, and I sell a lot of these, especially in the wintertime. And what I have in these, though I don't have the other one, but this one is the peppermint. And I put raw peppermint oil in these. Okay. Now, what I want to say about these, if you are allergic to beeswax, this is what I use as a part of the ingredients in my my lip balms. And this is raw beeswax, guys. Raw beeswax, okay? And so if you are allergic to beeswax, I wouldn't suggest this. I mean, I know a lot of people have allergies to bee. So if you have an allergy to bee and bee product, I would not suggest my lip balm to you, unfortunately. But they are very moisturizing to the lips. If you don't have an allergy for beeswax, you can try them out.
Okay. And moving on to the next product that I see there in the back, coming in a bunch of different shapes and colors, is soap. This is a product that everyone uses.
Yeah.
Hopefully everyone uses. So talk to us about your soaps and what separates your soaps from Iris Spring or Dove or all the other popular brands that are on the market.
Well, let's talk about Dove, because Dove is probably one of the most popular soap that you see every 5 seconds on the commercial, right? They have that pearly white Dove soap, right? I always wonder, since I started making soap, I always wonder to myself, how did I get the soap to be so white? Right? Natural soap is not white. Let me show you the color of a natural soap. This right here, depending on the oil that is used to make the soap can either be this color, this color, this color, or this color, right? Any of those color right here, except for I'm not talking about, this has activated charcoal in here. So if you look at the end of these soap, that is the natural color of the soap. Because I didn't get any charcoal there. And also, because I use different oils to make these soap, you can see that the soap comes out in different shades. This is another soap. I have some herbs in this one. I believe it's spirulina. And the top and the bottom part, you can see the soap. That is a natural color of a natural bar of soap. So when you see Dove with this pearly white soap, I know a lot of people they don't even notice, because they have no idea what a natural bar of soap is. What Dove does is they put a synthetic powder. It's a white powder in their soap, and that's what makes the soap so white. And a lot of people are allergic to those synthetic powders. So that's what separates my soaps from Dove and whoever. I don't have any synthetic powders in my soaps. And speaking of Dove again, if you hold up I wish I had one here with me, but if you were to pick up a box of any soap that you find in the pharmacy or anywhere else, and you look at the label, you can't even pronounce what's on the label. I can tell you what's in my product. Here I have some boxes here. You know what? I don't even need the box. Okay, soaps need 3 ingredients. Right, to make you need 3 ingredients to make a bar of soap, okay? And that would be water, lye, and oil. And no, you cannot make soap without lye. We're gonna get into another video about the lye, okay? You cannot make even the Africans over there making what do you call it?
Black soap.
African black soap, right? I know a lot of people say, well, the Africans don't use lye in their soap. Well, that's a lie, because the African doesn't buy lye, the conventional lye from the store. They make their own lye, okay? So yes, you do need lye to make soaps. With that being said, the only thing that you will find in my soaps, okay, herbs and activated charcoal. That's it. Oh, and essential oils. You will find some lemongrass. You might find any one of those. These are all essential oils here. You might find any type of essential oils in my soap. So that's what you find in my soap. You will not find any synthetic powder, chemical preservatives. My soap does not have any preservatives in them. So with that being said, you will see that my soaps is not as hard as the soap that you buy at the store. You know, when you buy a bar of Dove or whatever, the soap is very hard, right? And if you leave it in the shower, it stays hard. And that's because they have preservatives in it. When you use my soap, you have to keep it out of the water and put it in like a tray where it stays dry. Otherwise, it'll go soft, because I don't have any preservatives in my soaps. So if you get any type of irritation from my soap, which I haven't had any complaints yet, it's probably because you're allergic to some type of essential oils. I mean, just because something is natural doesn't mean, you know, you can't have an allergy to it, because I know people have allergies to, you know, nuts, right? And nuts are very natural, but people have nut allergies, people have coconut allergies. I've heard of, I had a friend who was allergic to coconuts. So what I'm trying to say is, unless you're allergic to one of the natural product in my soaps, then my soap has all natural ingredients in them. I have some herbs here that I do use in my soap. This, I believe, is moringa. Yes, that's moringa. This is also moringa. And what I do is I take the moringa and I crush the leaves. These are the leaves, and this is the crushed powder moringa, right? And I put that in my soap. I believe I have moringa in this soap here, these two soaps here, right? I also have some spirulina in them as well. And this is chamomile. I do use chamomile in my soap as well. And also I use lavender. Lavender, I believe, is in my activated charcoal soaps. So, yeah, and this one I believe I have some black tea in here. And these are all activated charcoal. So you will find either some herbs or some activated charcoal in my soaps.
Excellent. Okay. There's something in the back with a man's face on it right in front of you. What is that about?
Beard oil.
What products do you sell for beards? Do you just have the beard oil? What else do you have?
I do also have, I keep forgetting about this, I have the beard oil or I have a beard balm.
What's the difference?
Really, the only difference is one is liquid and one is solid. They both moisturize the beard and the skin.
Okay.
And what I have in both these things are quite a few different essential oils. I'm not going to tell you what's in it, but I have about between 9 and 11 different essential oils in these two products. Okay, and these essential oils are very good for this. They're antiviral. They're antibacterial properties in them. They're very good for the skin.
I've had a brother ask me one time that was interested in buying your beard oil. He asked me if your beard oil would make his beard grow. Now, I'm going to let you answer that, but I do know that you do have an ingredient in there, one ingredient in there that can have that effect. But speak on that.
Well, okay. There are oils that promote growth of hair, but the body has to be healthy as well. I've always said that, you know. Nothing is going to make your hair grow from the outside. The body has to be healthy. So you have to work on the inside and the outside as well. You know, there are certain oils in here that promote the growth of hair follicles. But as I said before, you have to be taking care of your health as well.
Very, very important. All right. So, did we leave out any products, or do you think we pretty much
Oh, I also have a body wash here that I sell a lot of this body wash here.
Okay. And talk to us a little about that.
Well, it's just you know, it's very very moisturizing, and personally I use it to wash my hair as well. There's really not much to say about that body wash. It smells great. Oh, I do have black seed oil in this body wash. Said there, black seed and honey and almond. So I do have black seed oil in there, which we all know is very good for the skin, right? Among other things. So I have that in there, and like I said, I also use it to wash my hair as well. So I use it on my hair and my body.
Excellent. Now, you do have another product that you make that's not on the table today because you're sold out. I saw that you made something for the babies to keep them from getting diaper rash. Now you're sold out of that, but that'll be coming soon. So, two last questions. The last question is, I want you to tell the people where they can find your products if they're interested in buying them. That's the first thing.
Okay. My product, as I said, the name of my product is Nuts About Butters, and you can find my product on the website Etsy. That's ETSY. When you go to Etsy, just search for Nuts About Butters, and you'll find my product there.
Excellent, excellent. And also you're available on Facebook where?
I'm also available on Facebook. If you go to Facebook, you can search for Nuts About Butters on Facebook. My products are there. And I don't post a lot of my product on this page, but I do have a page on Facebook called Healthy Hebrews. And I think the only thing that I post on the Healthy Hebrews are my soursop leaves, because people, that page I talk a lot about herbs. So I post the things that I think are relevant to the page. And since I do sell these herb soursop, I do post a lot about these. So if you want to find these soursop leaves, I do have a lot of it. You can go to the Etsy page as well, Etsy, and then you search for Nuts About Butters, and you'll be able to find these soursop leaves as well.
All right, so I'm going to pass you back the floor to say any final words before we go. I do want to say this to the family though as well, and you can touch on it briefly if you'd like to. Always remember when using skincare products, the golden rule: whatever goes on your skin should also be able to go in your mouth.
Yeah.
If that's not the case, you should not be putting it on your skin. All right, so with that being said, that's right. That's correct. So with that being said, do you have any final words before we go?
Well, I just want to invite everyone to check out our page on Facebook, Healthy Hebrews. If you don't know much about herbs and you're interested in learning about herbs and taking care of your health, send us a request, and we'll gladly accept you. And there's a lot to be learned there. Also, I would like to invite you to check out Maccabees TV. Subscribe to the channel. What else? And that's pretty much it. I'd like to say shalom.
All right, shalom to the family. And just to say to you, we appreciate the work that you're putting in. The Healthy Hebrews group was supposed to be a joint venture when we started it, and I really haven't contributed as much as I would like to in that group, and you've kind of really been holding it down with a lot of the stuff. So we see all the comments in the group about how much people appreciate your work, and people have been asking for a long time for you to start doing videos. So y'all will be seeing a lot more of Sister Malika on the Sisters of the Maccabees page, as well as Maccabees TV itself, and some other sisters coming forth with other talents that they have as well. We just want to show the world that we as the Israelites, we're coming back as a nation. Man, woman, and child. We're coming back as a nation, and when we do, we're unstoppable. So with that, I say shalom to the family.